Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin 2, Re-Evolution, issue number 2 from IDW. So yeah, it's been a long time. I guess issue number 2 got delayed by months. But we finally get it. And it's taking the franchise in a really weird direction. I'm not sure if I'm all about it. So in the last issue, we had Casey taking out the new generation of Ninja Turtles. We have Moja, Odin, Uno, and Yi. Each one of their names means one in a different language. And these are the new generation of turtles. They're in this new futuristic, cyberpunkish Manhattan. And Casey took them out to go fight crime in the last issue. And the last issue ended with the weird cliffhanger where Odin, the big dude, got hit over the head with a sledgehammer. And then he just kind of froze like a statue. And everyone was just kind of staring at him like, what's wrong with this dude? And that's how we start off this issue where April is driving the new turtle truck and Odin's in the back and he's just completely frozen like a statue. And everyone's kind of like wondering what the hell has happened with this dude. They decide to run some tests on him. So April starts running tests on him, seeing what's going on. And she eventually goes and starts talking to Professor Honeycutt. We have just a really long conversation between April and Honeycutt where they discuss the philosophy about what April did. And what April did was she took these baby turtles and she gave them the mutagen to turn them into the next generation of Ninja Turtles. Anyone who knows the original origin story for the Turtles, it wasn't done on purpose. It was done on accident. Here, April did it on purpose. Honeycutt's saying that that probably was not a good thing. Like you're going against the laws of nature. And they just kind of have this battle back and forth. I say battle, but it's kind of just a verbal argument where April thinks that she was doing good by giving these turtles the mutagen. Honeycutt's like, that goes against nature. Like if you hadn't have done that to them, they wouldn't be how they are now. They would just be regular turtles. So you changed their pathway like in life. And like I said, this goes on for multiple pages, this page after page after page of them having an argument. And then they kind of just go over the history of the OG Turtles, about Michelangelo and them fighting Shredder, about Michelangelo killing Oroku Hiroto, about Michelangelo dying, Honeycutt and how he became the Fugitoid, about Baxter and Baxter becoming a villain, and then him sending in the robots and blowing up Leonardo and Casey, as well as Fugitoid, and how when Michelangelo came back, April decided to return Fugitoid to existence. And Honeycutt asked, like, if Michelangelo had never returned to Manhattan, would you have brought me back? Then the argument continues some more for more pages. It's literally like 4 more pages. So altogether, this is the 48 pages of Ninja Turtles. And just this argument between April and Honeycutt, we have, let's see, let me count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of just conversation of her arguing with Honeycutt about if this was the right thing to do or not. And I don't mind dialogue and stuff like that, but God, this was a lot. And then we cut to New York City Hall where we see like the mayor and him and his cronies. Basically, they're not good guys. They're working with like this mafia boss guy to try to like take over New York, kind of. Basically, when Hiroku was overthrown, there was like a huge power balance, and so now there's like a bunch of crime, and the resistance groups that April and her team are on are trying to help the cops, and they're like doing good. They're basically getting the city back to where it used to be before Hiroku took over, where basically like the streets were safe and all this stuff. But this guy like feels like they're going to be stealing power from them if we allow the resistance group to become popular amongst the crowd. He basically is like, we got to arrest these guys. We got to arrest the resistance. And he's working with this dude who is working with the Purple Dragons. I'm going to be skipping a bunch of that. They're still running tests on Odin. They can't figure out what the hell is wrong with him. I'm going to be skipping a lot of stuff. We just have like a lot of them chatting and stuff. And then we get a big fight between rival gangs. And so they start like tearing up the turf. The civilians are involved. the cops are trying to handle the situation, but they're being way too slow. And so April's like, all right, screw this. Let's get our resistance team out there and fight some crime. So she gets her turtle gang. They go out there. They start fighting these dudes. And we get a moment where Odin, as he's fighting, like his hand becomes like a statue. You know, it just becomes super tough, like his skin. And I guess this is kind of like the new direction that they're going in, where later on we see a hover police car gets shot and it's about to crash on the turtle gang. And so Yi uses electrical powers to stop the car from crushing the gang. So now the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have superpowers. Yi has electrical powers, and Odin can like turn his body into stone. That's why he froze in the last issue. It's not because he has some weird medical disease that's killing him or anything like that. It's not because he froze and fried. It's because he has the power to turn into stone. And now he has the power to turn certain parts of himself into stone, and he can control it. So like in this fight, he turned his hand into stone to give him like a bigger punch, like a stronger blow. And Yi has electrical powers. And I'm not a fan of this. I don't like this. I don't really care for the new generation of Ninja Turtles. I don't hate them, but I'm not like a fan of them either. To me, I'm kind of apathetic towards them. To me, the OG Turtles will always be my Turtles. It will always be Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, and Michelangelo. There will never be a fifth turtle. All right? I don't give a crap about Venus or Jenica or any of that, Mona Lisa, any of that garbage. To me, it will always be just the four brothers. So I wasn't already a fan of like a new generation, but I was like, all right, whatever, I can roll with it, you know. But now, like, not only wasn't I just like a fan of them, but I don't care for their looks, their design. I feel like they're overly designed. Like there's something about just the OG Turtles and how simplified their outfits were. But here, we have them. It feels like something out of like the 90s or something out of like Final Fantasy, where we have characters with like just a bunch of belts and just a bunch of gear on. They're wearing like hoods and masks, despite the fact that it's obvious they're not human. So it's like, what are you hiding yourself from? I get it. Like the turtles had the bandana across the eyes, but I don't know. Like that was a lot better than just having like full face masks. It just seems kind of weird. I don't like the fact that they each use all four of the Ninja Turtles weapons. So rather than like each one being specialized in one type of weapon, they all use the bow staff, they all use the sai, they all use the katana, and they all use the nunchucks. And it feels like one of those things where it's like a kid is like, oh, I have the power of all the powers. That's what my special power is. I have all the powers. Or here it's like, oh, my weapon is all the weapons. I use all the weapons because I'm special like that. I would have liked if they each had one weapon based off of the OGs, or you can give them four new weapons. Because there's like a bunch of ninja tools and martial arts weapons. You could have given them like four new weapons. So none of them use a katana. None of them use a bow staff. None of them use a sai. None of them use a nunchuck. Instead, they use four different weapons. I don't know, like a kusanagi or something, a guitar, something different, a whip. Like that could have been something cool. I'm just not a fan of each one of them using all four of the OG weapons. And now you're throwing in special powers. And it's like, are these supposed to kind of almost be like ninjutsu? And I don't know. I don't care for this. I don't like the fact that now they have superpowers. Because it was like, all right, you have these new turtles. All right, fine, whatever. Okay, now you're going to overly design them. It's like, all right, I don't care for that, but whatever. Oh, they're now going to use all the weapons. Oh, okay. Oh, but now they also have superpowers. It's like, oh, all right. Like, what's next? Like, what's the next thing that they're gonna do? Are they gonna be able to fly now? It feels like it's too much, and I'm not a fan of this. I don't like this new direction. I think it's just, to me, keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. You know that old saying. Like I feel like that's what we should do here. It's like you're overly designing everything, not just visually, but even just the way they fight, the abilities. It's too much, in my opinion. I don't care for it. Artwork is good, minus Casey. Like I don't like what they did to her. April as well. I don't know if this artist just doesn't know how to draw women. April looks like an old man. I get it. April's old, but you can give her some like feminine qualities. This like look at this image right here. She straight up looks like an old dude. She does not look like a woman. She looks like an old man. And then as for Casey, it literally looks like you created a man, a muscular dude, and then you just slap some tits on her chest. That's what it looks like. Like she does not look feminine like she did in the original Last Ronin series. Like I don't mind her being like a super badass. Like that's cool. I mean, she's the daughter of Casey. She was trained by Michelangelo. She should be an awesome badass female. Like I have no problem with that whatsoever. Like I'm not calling her a girl boss or anything like that. Like badass Casey Marie Jones, totally okay in my book. I just don't like the way she is looking, like the super muscular, masculine look. Give her some femininity. So yeah, this series has been kind of disappointing, which is sad because Kevin Eastman, like one of the co-creators of the series, is involved in the writing for this. I don't know how much writing he did. Like I don't know if he just came up with the overall plot, and then Tom Waltz is the one doing like the actual script based off of Eastman's idea. But I mean, if Eastman's the one doing the entire like, if he's like actually involved in the script writing, maybe he's kind of losing some of his touch. Because yeah, this is not great. I'd give this issue like I don't know, man. I feel like giving it a 4 is just being really harsh. Uh, maybe a 5 out of 10, 4 or 5 out of 10. It wasn't good. I'm not. Hopefully the next issue will get better, but I don't like the changes that this series is going in. But there you go. There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin 2, Re-Evolution issue number 2 by IDW. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.